Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me and my team directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the latest version of the most attractive of the FP Journe LineSport Octa models. This is the Octa 44 full platinum, Blue-Mauve dial, and a lovely chiseled bracelet, now without rubber bumpers and a matching platinum case. The timepiece, of course, 44 millimeters in diameter. It is remarkably thin at only 11 millimeters on the nose. From lug to lug, it measures 51.7 millimeters. And I have to tell you that this watch, with a rose gold movement and a platinum case, bracelet, and clasp, feels hugely massive. It's not bulky because you can see its dimensions are trim, but the watch has a feeling of unbelievable preternatural solidity, creating the impression that as expensive as it is, it costs far more. And that's the ultimate mark of luxury, a watch that gives you more than you expect. Really solid and imposing. It cuts a striking stance on the wrist as it's flat enough to fit underneath any kind of a dress cuff, and my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, so you get a good sense of this watch's dimensions as well as its proportions. Broad and flat, that wonderful aspect ratio that almost always equates to elegance. There must be some sort of mathematical model of beauty, and this watch certainly conforms to it. I can recommend it for wrists as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. Now, taking a quick look at the bracelet, this is where you really see that the aesthetic of these watches moves far upscale without the previous rubber bumpers. While I liked them, most people didn't, and this is the new look of Journe sports watch bracelets. A lovely chiseled surface, ensuring that no two are exactly alike. With the outer faces polished for contrast, you can see there's a splayed V-like profile and plenty of inherent flexibility with gaps between the links to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. Removable links are fixed by screws, no compromise there, and there are spring-loaded ceramic pin snaps built in so that the internals of the clasp can never wear down that ceramic, so the tolerances will always be crisp. It'll always close with a snick and a snap. And you can also see that the nameplate on the underside of the clasp no longer features a rubber bumper across its surface. Some more removable links, and then we jump over to the case profile where you have a newly polished flank in platinum with the chiseled profile and a lovely circumferential bevel in high polish that runs all the way around. We have off-centered the Journe biomorphic style hand pointing to the knurled and double dimple crown, now all of high polish instead of covered with rubber. You can see that the outer face of the bezel is polished. It's a nice accent that really pops against the satinated base. And then we have a ceramic insert for the bezel itself to resist scratches. The insert, as well as the dial, what Journe describes as Blue-Mauve, it's sort of a intense matte purple, if I had to describe it as something. There's a pyramid stamped on the center of the dial, and then we have a matte finished metallic bezel with black polished screws, Journe style. Screws on the dial are always a Journe trademark, but it's framing a opaline or matted silver radially arrayed sub-seconds that has its own Blue-Mauve counterweighted seconds hand. There is a day-night indicator over at approximately, let's call that like 750 on the dial. And you can see as the time passes, the AM/PM indicator passes from day into a darker night as it turns red. So that's how that works. You can also see that the watch features a double-digit date, and I can actually show you that not only do we have that double-digit date, but there is also a quick set system so that you may rapidly set that date if you wish. And the nice thing about the Journe double-digit date is that the two discs are actually flush and aligned. The power indicator represents the chronometric power reserve of the watch, so it keeps best time for 120 hours. You can also see that there's a little concentric stamped profile on that scale. Now, here's the truth, though. The watch will run for almost 7 days. Absolute power reserve will actually be 160 hours. Now, you have a reverse case. Most of the LineSport watches feature a aluminum movement. I like the fact here that on this platinum model, you get full rose gold. Bridges and plates are rose gold 18 karat. The rotor, which is cut on a rose lathe for that guilloche pattern, the grand orge or barleycorn is traditional reductive guilloche. The rotor is 22 carats. 21/6 beat rate, free sprung for toughness and precision of adjustment. It is adjusted in 5 positions like a Swiss chronometer, so it's a very accurate watch. You can also see that it is handsomely decorated. The Journe movement decoration has gotten better and better over the years. Less industrial and more artisanal. The bevels now actually glow with a rounded mirrored shine. They used to be quite obviously machined. You can also see obviously handsome and black polished screws and a handsome and luminous circular rather than linear Côte de Genève across the various bridges. If you look on the base plate, you will see engine turning or perlage across its surfaces in 2 different sizes of engine turning, and then all of the wheels feature a satin finish. The watch is 30 meters water resistant. Just about the only feature it lacks is hacking seconds, which it does not possess, but it has so many glorious refinements, from the lovely white gold matted hands center to the applique white gold radially rayed Arabic numerals across the span of the dial. Reach out to Tim Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.